is that the dummy they use for health class? What is it, biology? Oh God, it's that anatomically correct, huh? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another episode of dandadan. We're now on season 1, episode 11, which is called First Love. Aww. So my guess is that we're talking about the new addition to the show, which is Momo's first crush. We haven't seen reference to him since episode 1, I believe. And that's when Momo was talking about the fact that she had a crush on him, but then he made fun of her. And eventually she kind of just whipped his butt and left him alone. But I'm guessing that things must have changed at some point between the two of them, because we heard in the last episode that Nana said that she summoned him and that's why he's there. So we're not sure why. We saw the end of the episode that he and Momo were talking, but they purposefully didn't let us hear what they were saying. And then we saw that Okurun had a small heart attack when he found out that this is somebody that Momo crushed on at some point. But as I said in the last episode, I'm here for it, because he's got Ira practically gagging for him right now. And I think he just needs to remember, like I said, that my girl Momo's a hot commodity too. So, you know, let the games begin. That's all I gotta say. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know when I drop these episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. I love that she actually did it though. Bro, no one invited you in. You acting like you own the place. It is how it is, bro. Like you said, Momo's kawaii. Maybe. Sincere. Yeah, Momo does not have good taste in guys until you. And that cool persona gone. Wow. Beautiful. Auntie. No wonder she likes you. Quite the genius. Anyway. Yeah, can you please explain why he's here? It's not. Why? It's not your house, Momo. Sorry. Oh my God, go home, Ira. Seriously, go home, Ira. Take a nap. You go do that somewhere else. Thank you. Feel free to never come back. No, not the slouched walk. Bro, at that pace, you're not getting home till tomorrow. You want to hurry up? He's still going. Yeah, even I don't get that one, girl. Right? Proper manners. Could you set it any quieter? I got a blush though, so it worked. You star-crossed lovers. Not clutching his heart. Aww. Yes, I need a proper explanation as well. Yeah, why their place? There's no other relatives? Thank you! I agree though. So you're just gonna take in anybody? Flattery is actually the way to her heart, let's be real. You did? Do you? Mm-hmm. I think he did. Mm-hmm. House full of yokai. Aliens? That's a lot of people. Oh, damn. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yep. No, this is serious. You're Nana. You know your grandmother never talks about anything seriously till it gets bad.
ごめん。
ちょっとやめてくだ
No,
さい
take it. He should apologize. Bullying is wrong.
昔バカにしたこととか。
It was wrong.
大丈夫うちのばあちゃん強いから
You like that you're like my grandma, not my auntie.
言ってんだろ。わしの能力は
Oh, that's right. Boundaries.
今回の依頼はモモが引き受けるぜ。
Why do you keep sending Momo when she's about to die each time?
もしかしたら金玉も関係してるかもしれ
Yeah, I think he does have the golden ball. He's either lying or he didn't remember touching it. I guess if it's gonna save his parents, that's because I was gonna be like, if the ghosts are there, just leave them there. That's my answer. Oh, okay, you're here? Cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm avoidant myself, so.
転校しちゃいました。
Did he need to transfer? Like, is this permanent? If she's gonna go fix the house, he can go. Okay. Look at all the men. All the boys are like, oh, not another good-looking guy.
いろいろとまあ大変だろうから。
Look at her. She's like, I don't know this boy. I've never met him before in my life.
綾瀬の隣。
Why?
美女の辛口美味しくいただきました。
Okay, yeah, he's gonna be a lot. I'm really hoping he tones it down.
美味しすぎて。
何この人ウケんだけど
You found that funny? Okay, you need to get out more.
何って言われてもな
Just call him a stray. Let's move on.
えマジ
Gigi.
おいやめろ変な噂
Wow. Like, Momo can't catch a break. She's barely over everyone thinking that she did God knows what with Okurun in the hallway.
なのダメだぜモモには青カルンがいるんだから
That's right. Her friends are like, that is enough. My God, you're gonna have this girl expelled soon at this rate.
の初恋相手って今もまだ好きなのかな。
Bro, homie lost all the cool points.
可愛いって言ってたし。まさかお互いに好き。
Possibly, but the best way to find out is to ask.
自分とはもう仲良くしてくれなくなるのか
Aw,
な。
does she seem like the type? Come on, Okurun.
オカルトには興味なくなって
You think the occult's the reason she's still hanging out with you, bro?
一緒に入れなくなっちゃうんじゃ。
Wow. You need that head, sir. Not so hard.
ダメなやつだ。自分は
Okay, self-deprecation is not cute.
雑念を捨てろ。チェー
That's right. Do what you can do.
自分自身を鍛える。
Exactly. Channel all that into something positive.
いた
No. How do you just lose all form like that?
オカルンがまた変なことしないか見張ってる
Yeah, she's like, I can't trust that your lips ain't gonna end up someplace they're not supposed to be.
両手塞がってんならさうちが食べさせてあげるよ
Will you?
いいんでしょうか。
I mean, oh, Jesus. He's like a rash.
見てこれ。ポンピーヨーグルト味。
Never heard of it.
うわ何
Oh, he knows her favorite drink. There's history, Okurun. Don't read too much into it. It's just history. Familiarity.
もう会わないようにしよう。自分にとっても、綾瀬さんにとっても。
Okay, bro.
それが一
Just
番いい。
decide that for both of you. Both of you. Okay. Is that the dummy they use for health class? What, or for, what is it, biology?
ソードが来い。
Okay, good. He's not looking for you.
アスンチョだ。
I mean, he doesn't look like he wants to mess with anybody. He just wants you to get out the way. Bro, you're not helping. Oh, God, it's that anatomically correct, huh?
あいつの玉
She looked, though. Bro, you've got Turbo Granny in you. What are you waiting for? Oh, he's smart. He ain't gonna ruin his shoes twice. He's learning. Let's go, Okurun. How long do you prepare to run, sir? Get your ball back, sir. Get your ball back.
俺は止まらねえ。なえるぜ。
Maybe even limbed. Momo, she's such a badass. If this idiot doesn't let go of her.
オカルン助かった
化け物に捕まった。 モは俺が守るぞ
If you don't knock that kid out immediately. Oh my god, whoever's roof that is. Why'd you let go? Good luck with that one. I don't know what to tell you.
すげえ変身してる
どうします？これじゃあどっち方面行ったかもわ
I
から
think
ない
Momo,
で
you
す
should be able
よ。
to figure it out, though. You don't need to see him, right?
こっちだ
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good alarm if you can. I was going to say, she can use her spiritual, like, looking for the signature, but I guess if he gonna scream, that helps. Oh, she's a piece of him.
こんなとこ勝手に入って。
I think we're beyond that, don't you think?
野郎がバラバラになって逃げた時心臓だけは捕まえられて
Smart.
その苦しむ声が聞こえてきたってわけよ
I love it. Momo be smart.
ちょっと気の毒
Don't feel sorry for him. He's gonna run away with your ball.
してくれんなら心臓は返すよそんでさあんたの金
Your
玉
golden nuts.
綾瀬さん、もう少し。
There is no time for delicacy
そん
here.
な流行ってんの
Is there any way to put it?
来ちゃダメ戻ってたろ
嫌だ俺は諦め
Oh
ない
my god, is it another one of these models?
何どういうこと
Alright, let's watch this twisted love story unfold.
なんで
愛してるからに決まってるだろ
Alright, well, you can both go back to being scrapped together.
全てが変わったんだ
Okuran's like, I better take some notes. Maybe this man has some stuff I can use.
私とあなたじゃ作られた年代が違いすぎる
She said I'm too old for you.
何が何でも離さない一緒に逃げよう
Run away
何
where?
もしなかったら俺は
She's got no legs or arms. Oh, look at, okay, he straightened his shoulders. Okuran said, I got some inspiration. We're ending there? No way. That felt so short, but it wasn't any shorter. Wow, that one felt like it went by so fast. Holy crap. I want to know how the soap opera ends, actually. I'm invested. Okay, guys, well, that is another episode of Dandadan. We see that now we know who our fourth player is in this. His name is Gigi, and it is the same kid that she had a crush on in elementary school, but then things went sideways when he started to tease her and make fun of her because of, you know, her grandmother and everything that her grandmother had her doing. But we discovered that the reason why she's there, I mean, grandma's not telling, which I think is interesting that Momo's grandma won't tell her the specifics. Like, she does get serious with Momo, but it feels like it's so, like, there's just no rhyme or reason to when she decides to get real with Momo. It's usually like when things are very crucial, but it wouldn't have been very hard for her grandma to tell the story very quickly. My guess is that she didn't say anything because she wanted to possibly respect Gigi. Like, maybe Gigi didn't want to talk about it because she knows that people who get bum rushed into this spiritual world often need an adjustment period. But it's interesting anyways that Momo was kind of like, all right, I need to know why you're here because this makes no sense. Like, you have relatives. Why would you come stay with complete strangers if both your parents are sick? And why aren't you closer to them, right? Most people, if their parents were in the hospital, they would want to be as close to them as possible. But anyway, we discovered that it's because when they moved away, apparently in middle school, this is when Gigi moved away to the countryside. Him and his family got a beautiful home in a place that should have been ideal. But he said that after time, he noticed that the house was just off, that he didn't have a better word for it other than saying the house was just off. And so he said that he tried to ignore it. He said he first tried to talk to his parents about it and they were like, we don't notice what you're talking about, you know, basically brushed it off. So he tried to do the same, but then he said it just kind of got worse and worse until one day something in the house made itself present. Like, it forced him, in his words, Gigi to see him. And the way it looks, we didn't get a clear look at the face, but it's giving alien, right? The shape of the alien faces. So why an alien would be in that house makes little to no sense. I don't know. It could be a yokai. We're not sure yet, but either way, he said from that point, actually it's probably yokai because he can see ghosts now. And I don't think the correlation between aliens and yokai are the sense that if you see aliens, you see yokai, but I could be wrong about that. But digressing, he said from that point, he could see them. And that's when he was like, nah, I got to get help. And so he said, as soon as he was able to see the whatever it was, his parents started to get sick. So he said he went and got all the top like spirit mediums and exorcists that were supposed to be able to come and help him. And he said after all of them came, not only did they fail, but did you say three of them? Yeah. He got the top three, all three of them failed and all three of them ended up taking their lives shortly afterwards. So that's when he was like, okay, I don't know what this thing is, but nobody has been able to handle it. So he said the recommendation he got from them before it all happened was Momo's grandmother They said if there's anyone who might be able to do it if we can't, it's her. So that's basically what happened. Is after the third one was gone, that's when he contacted, he said remember, grandmother said that I heard it all from your mom. But, well, maybe. Actually, if his mom's in the hospital. We didn't get the details of that, but because I'm thinking still, like, why would his parents, unless his parents believe that something is wrong now? But anyways, I'm just going to assume that whatever, maybe now Gigi's parents believe something is wrong with the house, or somehow Gigi said, look, I want to go stay with this lady and she's willing to take me in. Either way, that is the story of why Gigi is staying specifically with Momo and her grandma in their house, because we know that their house has a lot of protections, and really that's going to be super helpful for Gigi if he's been seeing ghosts now like this. At least this will give him the peace of mind of not having to see that, every moment of every day. And so he explains that to Momo, and then we see he actually says that he looked back on how he used to treat her in elementary school, and that he regrets making fun of her, and he actually apologizes. And, Momo kind of is like, oh, you don't have to do all that. But as I said in the episode, I'm glad he did. It shows that he has changed and he's grown up, because you'd be surprised how many people bullied people in their childhood and they don't feel the need to apologize. They'll just write it off as, oh, I was a kid. Oh, that's just something I did because I was young. It's still wrong. And when you were doing it, you knew it was wrong, right? There's no kid at that age who doesn't know that making someone cry or making fun of somebody is not a good thing to do. So sure, you can use like some of the reason why you did it was because you were younger and you didn't realize the long-term effects it could have, but you still knew it was wrong. So I personally don't feel like there's a statute of limitations on traumatizing somebody. So yeah, if you recognize you did wrong and you genuinely feel bad, offer an apology. Even if that person says, nah, it's fine. That's something that, I feel like you can do for you. Just let them know that, hey, I know I was wrong and I need you to know that I know. And what you do with that is up to you. So anyway, Momo, even though she, said, don't worry about it, I do think she appreciated it because, as we heard in episode 1, she really liked Gigi. So anyway, we also saw that Gigi, despite the fact that he's got the looks of somebody that could be super popular and be the kind of guy that all the girls want, he's a goof. Like, he's a lot. Very goofy, very over the top, very extra, very attention seeking. Like, that's the kind of personality that my introverted ass cannot handle. Like, that would be too much for me. I would be like, after about an hour of that guy, I'd be like, I need to run away from you. But anyway, I thought that was kind of funny that, all that expectations and the idea that Okarun thought he had of this guy was just shattered in an instant when he started acting loopy. But despite all that, Okarun, of course, he's a guy, so he's not going to see it the same way that girls do. He's looking at like, okay, that's what Momo liked. If she really liked him, maybe she still likes him. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all that. And we see that he's so depressed going home that night, right? He goes walking so slowly, body language screaming that he's dejected. But we see that Momo is not happy about this at all. That kind of shows you that, unfortunately, at this point, Okarun still doesn't really know Momo, because he would have noticed that her body language, nothing about her whole presence showed that she was happy about Gigi being there. In fact, she said multiple times, why is he here? Like, he could stay somewhere else. I don't want him in our house. But anyway, so there's not really much to talk about where Ira is concerned. Like, Ira just thought that maybe this was somebody else that's part of the grand scheme she's cooked up in her mind that she thinks Momo is about. But anyway, other than that, we didn't see her this episode, which I feel like that's fine. But anyways, we see that going into the next school day, we hear more of why Okarun is feeling so threatened. And it's not all just jealousy in the sense of like, okay, I like this girl and there's a guy in the picture. But it's more that we hear him saying things like, oh, but if she spends time with him, then maybe she'll like him more. And then she's not going to care about the occult anymore. Maybe she's not going to be nice to me. Maybe she's just going to end up like leaving me alone. And it's just, again, this kind of feeds all the way back to episode 2, right? Okarun still suffers from some esteem issues, right? Which is real, right? A lot of us, when we were in that age group, we were dealing with this. I say we're not age group, really. Some of us even now struggle with feeling like we're enough. And we saw with Okarun, like I said, back in episode 2, that he just thinks that, his interests are so obtuse and so out there, and that he's just so different that nobody likes him, and that he still, to some degree, still sadly thinks that Momo only spends time with him out of pity and out of just a sense of obligation. And he doesn't realize that, like, Momo, as I said in the episode, she's never given any indication to him that she's doing anything she doesn't want to, right? Like, Momo is someone who doesn't care what people think. She doesn't care what people think about her. She will stand up for whoever she needs to stand up for or to. Like, point being, if she didn't want to hang out with Okurun, she wouldn't, right? She has zero reason to hang out with him as much as she does, outside of like, if there's an issue, if that was the case. So anyways, poor Okurun, though, he's still so wrapped up in his own self-deprecation that he doesn't realize that this girl is his friend regardless, and that she chooses to be his friend, and that another guy coming into her life or someone who's from her past resurfacing is not going to suddenly make her feelings change towards Okurun, right? But understandable, and it's you know, now we have a better idea as to why he's shrinking up so much. But yeah, like, he's more afraid of losing her friendship and that connection entirely more than he is like jealous of her potentially dating another guy, which is really pure. So anyway, we see that my girl Momo is actually trying to avoid this kid because he's being so obnoxious and spreading rumors like the two of them are in a relationship and everything. And like I said, poor Momo does not need another damn rumor spread in this school about her. Like, she's barely over this thing with Okurun. But anyway, I love that her friends, again, I mentioned last episode, I said it too, her friends really know her well. I appreciate them. We don't see a lot of them, but they're always so quick to stand up for Momo. And I love that they also were the ones to be like, boy, you need to stop spreading rumors. Like, she already got Okurun. We don't need you in the picture. Like, just zip it and sit, right? But anyway, so we see that Momo goes to spend time with Okurun because I think she sensed that something is off since Gigi showed up, but I don't think she's put two and two together to see that Okurun is mildly jealous, but also just worried. But she just wants to spend time with him because we know from, what was that, episode 3, 4, somewhere in there, that the two of them love spending time together, right? They really are each other's besties at this point. So anyway, that she goes there, she's trying to like hang out with him, and you know, they're kind of about to have a moment, but of course, the new magnet in the group, Gigi, shows up and kind of kills the moment. And then we see that Okurun, potentially, but I'm thinking how many other golden balls are out there, but it looks like Okurun's golden ball somehow ended up on one of those, I couldn't even think of the word, but like, it's a mannequin, like a biology mannequin, but you know what it is. Like, it shows what the organs and the cells and the, what's it called? The, your circulation and all your veins and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole model that's typically inside of biology labs. And anyways, it's running top speed, and Okurun sees it first, and then Momo sees it. And of course, Momo's trying to do what she normally does, but because Gigi has no idea what's going on yet, he interferes in the worst way. Bless him, he's trying to be chivalrous, and I appreciate that he thought protecting Momo was the right thing to do, but yeah, he's gonna learn pretty quickly he doesn't need to protect Momo like that. Like, help her, but she don't need to be little girled, right? She needs you to support her. But anyway, so that gives chase to this thing, and they start on this chase, and I love that Okurun smartly takes off his shoes and socks this time, because he's like, I'm not about to rip through more shoes. Can't explain to my parents why I keep ripping up my shoes. And they give chase to this thing, and it's quite a fun chase. Not quite as fun as some of the other ones we've seen, but in the course of this, Gigi now is aware of the fact that Momo has more power, has powers, because I don't think he would have known that before that. And then also that Okurun has powers too. So anyways, they follow this mannequin to a trash heap, and we find out that the whole reason he's doing all this is because he's fallen in love with another mannequin, and that mannequin was tossed out. And there's a whole beautiful J-drama speech that we get party to, and we see that it's really inspiring Okurun, because Okurun really wants to confess his feelings, but he doesn't feel like he's good enough to do that. So hopefully, you know, seeing all this, it'll give him a little bit of courage. Like, even if he's not ready to confess anything to Momo, at least stand his ground as far as like, you know, you're her friend and you're in her life, and you don't have to be shy about wanting to spend time with her, and even not demanding, that's the wrong word. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries around, like, if you want to spend time with her without Gigi, you should be able to ask for that. And if Momo's down for that, you two can do that. Like, you know, I just don't want him to be a pushover is my point, because clearly it's bothering him that he's not, the idea that he won't be able to have access to Momo as a friend or anything else. Like, that's definitely not something he wants. So anyways, hopefully that little soap opera he witnessed is going to give him what he needs for motivation, because we saw, you know, his shoulders kind of came back and he stood up straight. So I feel like he's inspired, which is good. And the only other thing I wanted to touch on is also that after we heard the story of what happened with Gigi's family, we heard that Momo was like, don't worry, like, Grandma can take care of it. And Grandma says like, nah, I can't leave. And I keep forgetting the parameters that were set back in episode 3 of Grandma saying that the people who help her with her abilities are all inside of her, what would you even call that, county, her area. And if she tries to leave, then she is not powerless, but not as powerful. So she basically said, no, Momo, you've got to go up to his house and basically exorcise it yourself. So yeah, that's going to apparently be the next mission at some point. And I'm assuming that Okurun's going to have to go with her. And of course, Ira's going to want to go too. So between the three of them, we'll have to see what they're dealing with. I think it is another alien, like I said, but we'll have to see. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, another fun episode. I really liked it. It gave me some laughs. And now we kind of have this fourth member of our crew, of our team crew, I should say. And we'll have to see where the hijinks ensue from here. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love and I will see you in the next one.